Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider hitting the subscribe button, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading. Oh, we got two. Look at that. What do we have? We have the Seven of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. It's not very often that I pull two cards out at the same time at the beginning of a reading. This is pretty cool. I think a bad situation is changing. A bad situation is getting much better. Okay? I think that you are stepping out of the mud. If you are stuck, you're getting unstuck. If you're feeling low, you're going to be through this quicksand, right? We're getting through the swamp here. This is harmonious change, the Two of Pentacles. I feel like you're somebody who has the confidence that whatever bad situation you're in, whatever kind of negative feeling you have about anything right now, you're confident that you're going to get through it. And so am I. I think the Two of Pentacles here is a wonderful card of proactive energy. We're taking steps. We understand the situation. We have confidence that if we can put one foot in front of the other, we can get out of this. But we have to keep moving. If you stay here, of course, we're going to sink. It's quicksand, right? So we have to understand the right maneuvers to make. We have to take the right steps to go forward here. Let's put this card into a little bit of context. Of course, context is everything. What else do we have here? What is the... we're going to use these cards as one, right? We're going to take this as one. So we're going to do another card, transformation, letting go. Letting go of something, right? The Chariot. The Nine of Swords behind you. The Eon, a rebirth, a reawakening, the baptism by fire. This is a wake-up call. This is a doorway of transformation, okay? And the Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords. Continuing to make the right decisions that are going to put, for one, they're going to put your mind at ease. This is, I'm not sleeping at night. This is peace, peace of mind, sleeping like a baby, okay? So your situation is vastly improving. And this is absolutely amazing. This is huge. Got a Seven of Wands. We got a Prince of Swords. Some fixed air. Okay. But we have the Magician. Yes, very good. And the Lovers. Very nice. There's been a communication issue for sure with the nature of the air cards that we have. And even the Mercury Magician card is kind of a card of communication, right? And we've got our Gemini communication here, the coming together of something. I think there's been a communication issue. I think somebody has been inflexible. Somebody has been too rigid in their beliefs, dogmatic almost about something. Maybe there's something going on at work or school or at home, or it could be inside of you. It could be with a romantic partner or a friend or something like this, right? But this is really, really nice. I see that we're getting free of what is kind of too restrictive to us. We're getting away from anything that is harmful to us, and we're coming together with the right energies. Yeah, there is this perfect union coming through all of this. First, we have to get rid of the past, let go of everything that's going on now that does not serve our sort of needs, our aspirations. Okay, the Chariot card, very, very nice. We've got the Magician. We've got a lot of good stuff. Let's select the Mystery card. Bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it right here with Bubo the Mechanical Owl right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this message you feel like you might know what that card is, please put your prediction in the comments. Okay? Strongly encourage that we practice our intuition. We can do it as a group exercise. Okay? First thing that comes to your head, put two or three guesses, and the more we do it, I think the better we will get. And I guarantee that if you consistently try to tap into that intuition and put a prediction, that's why I do it every day. And I always ask you every day, put a prediction down in the comments for that mystery card. The more we do it, the better we will become at doing it. And I guarantee that over time, you'll see you're getting better at predicting that card. Some of you, I already see in the comments, a lot of you are getting it right like every time. And I think that is fantastic. But it's not about getting it right, It's about struggling and striving and trying to tap into that, kind of trying by not trying, right? Letting it kind of come to us. Anyway, looking around the room, major arcana, lots of major arcana, 5 major arcana cards. This is a huge deal. Okay, we've got a little bit of fire. We obviously have our water here right in the middle, which we're trying to correct. It's an imbalance, perhaps, that we're trying to deal with. It's something happening in the world. It's the situation itself, which feels like it's kind of a feeling of being stuck. It's a queasiness. It's kind of almost a dread where it feels like we're kind of sinking into the quicksand a little bit. We've got, obviously, air, and air. And we've got a little bit of earth. The situation is really about how we are going to change this, how we are going to get out of this situation, or what we have to do to restore the balance. See, this is kind of a card of balance, It's the card of kind of juggling things, or to me it feels like it's the card of, one, it's physical movement. It's the steps that we take, being proactive, harmonious change that we are initiating. We got to do it, This is also the card, to me, of maintaining the balance when we're in a stormy ocean. We're on the stormy seas of life, right? And we need to somehow balance our ship. Because a ship gets tossed around by the waves, it's going to just roll over, capsize, sink. It's bad news. So the ship has to find a way to deal with the intense waves on the ocean without, succumbing to them. So it's kind of like, it's the way a ship might take the waves at an angle rather than head on and just go up and down the waves, We might take it at an angle to kind of mitigate the motion, mitigate the effects. And I think that it requires that we make some adjustments in our lives so that we can weather the storm. Maybe this is a storm that really is outside of your control. It's either how we kind of batten down the hatches while we're going through the storm, and how we can what we can do, right? That's the question, what we can do to make it a little bit easier, to get through this a little bit more safely with less damage, right? Less seasickness even. So it's not about controlling the situation, but about controlling the movements that we're making. It's kind of like when you're on a boat that's really rocking back and forth, and you find that your legs are kind of compensating for the motion of the boat beneath you, and so that we can kind of maintain our balance, we don't fall over. It's the way that if you're standing on one foot, your ankle, the muscles are going to just move subtly to keep you upright. We're trying to keep our balance, and so we're compensating the best we can. Because the 7 is a situation that's very off balance. Okay, very off balance. But there's the hidden message in the 7 is that we have the confidence to get through this. We know what we need to do. And I think the death card here is very important too. This is the card of letting go. This is the card of putting the past behind us, letting it be what it is, not staying connected with the past in the sense that we're thinking about it, we're angry about it, we're upset by it, right? And it's a 9 of Swords. It's bad. It was really a poison apple back here. Okay? And I think the 7 is really the effects that this was the event. But these are the waves that it's causing in our life even now. This could be a long time ago. This could be a long time ago. Okay? And the death card is sometimes saying that the process of letting go of things sometimes does take a while. This is the process of change. This is the fundamental force of nature. This is the nature of nature. It's the fundamental force of the universe. It's change. It's slow and steady change over the course of time. Okay? This is the way a river over years and years and years is going to slowly alter the landscape. But on a day-to-day, all you see is there's the rocks and then there's this water rushing by. But over the course of time, the landscape is going to be completely changed and altered by the course of that river. What we're doing with our 7 and 2 of Pentacles is we're nudging the river. The 7 is basically saying, I don't like the way my river has been sort of flowing, and I don't like what's been sort of etched into the landscape here. With the 2 of Pentacles, I've got to nudge the river a little bit. Okay, and this is that river. So we have the change of which we're capable that's influencing that fundamental river of life, right? This consistent flow of life, and we're able to nudge the river a little bit. So whatever this 9 of Swords was for you, and still is because it's still attached to you. This card could be miles away from my desk today, but it's still attached to this reading by a little thread. It could be, well, it could be like literally yesterday. It could be 20 years ago that this happened. Okay? And this could be more than one thing. This could be a lot of things along the course of the river that were basically tower moments, the things that happened to us and alter the course of our river. But now you're taking your power back. You see? You're fighting back against that and you're saying, well, I don't have to let these things affect the course of my life any longer. And certainly when bad things happen in my life going forward, I don't have to let them send my river in a different direction, that I can choose my responses. Things that I can't control, surrender, let go. But I can control is how I respond to these kinds of things. Maybe this was a fight that we had. Maybe this was issues with family or friends. Maybe this is a whole bunch of things from childhood. This is, a lot of adverse events happening in our lives. Okay, I don't think it was just one thing. I think I heard something somewhere recently that people who have had 6 or more adverse events in their life, and I don't know how they define that. I forget what I was listening to. 6 or more adverse events in their life, they had like 20 years less on their life, and that really stuck with me. I said, "Holy cow!" That's significant because 6 isn't a very, very big number, right? So I feel like we're sort of in that position now where we have to say, let's pay attention. And how much are we letting these events of our lives, let's say these are adverse events, okay? However many. These are adverse events of our life. How are we letting these still to this day control the direction of our lives? Okay. And this isn't that kind of reading, but I feel like this is in your history. This is in your past, and I think all of us could benefit from sort of asking that question, what are the things that I'm doing now? Were those things that were sort of, in a way, correlated in some way to these adverse events? The adverse events of my childhood, and then, well, I ended up, not saying there's a cause, I ended up being quite a heavy drinker in my 20s and 30s. And I realized that there are a lot of things that I was doing, a lot of thoughts, words, and deeds that were coming out of me that were probably tied into some way. I'm not going to say cause, but tied into some way to adverse events throughout my history, childhood, and from 0 to now, right? And what we can do, we can't undo these events. But we are trying to be proactive. We're trying to say, okay, well, you know what? I do have a 9 of Swords in my history, one or several somewhere. So I need to be even more careful now. I need to be even more consciously aware of the choices that I'm making, the things that I'm doing, to either sort of enable that river going in that direction, or to say, no, you know, I'm going to nudge it back in a direction of health and well-being and union and togetherness and love and you know, well, the Lover's card, right? I think we're choosing love. I think we're choosing health and well-being, whether this is physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, creative, abundance, all of these things, right? We can choose that, and we can try to nudge the river a little bit. But we have to realize how some of the things we're doing and feeling right now, 7 of Cups, right? We're off, something's off balance. We have to realize how we've been compensating for something, trying to adapt to something. Maybe we don't really want to adapt to it. This adaptability we have is great. It's our magician energy over here. Oops, sorry about that. It's our magician energy over here is our adaptability. And we'll talk about that card. So the Death card, understanding which way the river is flowing and trying to nudge it into a direction that really is going to change our life. We're coming through this divine doorway here of the Eon card. Now, you know what I want to do first? Because this is a 9 of Swords, I want to do an affirmation card. This is the language of flowers. Beautiful affirmation deck. And anytime we get some Swords cards, I really like to use one of these. The Stephanotis, cooperation. Take the hand offered or ask, right? Cooperation. Maybe this 9 of Swords has put us on a little bit of a path of loneliness or of separation or of mistrust, of an inability to connect with people. It makes sense, you know? Especially since this is a Mars in Gemini card. Mars in Gemini, right? Gemini is a card of union. Gemini is the Lover's card, by the way. So this is what we want. Togetherness, love, connection, intimacy. It doesn't have to be romance. Put your pitchforks away. But this is union. This is the choices, the healthy choices we want to make. I want to come together with things that are good for me. The right people, the right food, the right exercise, the right activity, the right environment. I want to make choices. I want to make healthy choices in every dimension of being. This is trying to separate me from that. This is Mars in Gemini, right? This is a splitting apart, a ripping apart of things. Okay? What we need now is that cooperation. So I think there is a mistrust. And I think you have every right to be feeling that way or to be in that energy. Well, what we need is to remember that we can find those things that are meant for us. We can take the hand that's offered, or we can ask, and we can go through this doorway, the Eon card, a rebirth. Well, the Death card is a card of rebirth too. It should be called, it shouldn't be called death, it should be called birth, right? And this is the card of rebirth, that we can be born again. Any moment we can say, this is the day that I'm changing my life. This is the spirit, this is the angel blowing the trumpet in your face saying, wake up. And this is something that's loud and clear to you because it's right above you on the path of the serpent, right above you. Okay, so it's something that you're very much aware of, and this is kind of like, you know, I'm probably the worst. I'm probably the worst offender out of all of them because every day I know that, yeah, I need to drink more water. I need to get back on the recumbent bike. I need to say no to the ice cream a little bit more often. And sometimes I can see that, I can hear that trumpet blaring in my face, and I just say, well, tomorrow I'll start it. Tomorrow will be the day I'm gonna change everything. And then tomorrow comes, and it's just like, other things in life happen. I get busy, I get stressed out, whatever. There's no better time than right now. We can make that decision today. You know, keep these tarot readings playing, but we can get up and we can make those changes. It's an internal change, right? This is really a card that says, I'm fed up with the old way of doing things. I'm going through a door and I'm not looking back, and I'm changing things. And I think we hear stories of that all the time. People that just one day say, that's it, I'm getting up and I'm going to, run 1,000 miles, kind of, it's Forrest Gump style, right? I like that. We're going to do a divine doorway card because of that. That Eon card is a doorway. It's a definite change. It's a decision in life that we're making. We can see what's on the other side. We know that this is going to be good for us, right? But there's still these things that sort of tie us down. We feel stuck. We have these complexes that that tie us down and sort of make us believe that we can't do it, that we're not worthy of it. Here's the doorway, the passages. Spiritual signs of inclination. You're walking through passages of your transformation. Okay, and it's an incline, right? Inclination. Spiritual signs of inclination. I take that literally. And I think that it's kind of like you're walking uphill. Yeah, it's hard. Your muscles are going to feel it. But up top, up high is where we want to go. We stay down low in the quicksand, in the swamp, and it's easy to get sucked into that, right? It's easy to get sucked into the couch. But to stand up, it's going to take a defiance because it's an incline. We're fighting against gravity. We're fighting against inertia. Body at rest going to stay at rest. Body in motion, stay in motion. We're trying to get ourselves in that kind of motion, whether we're talking physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, creatively, whatever. So I like that, right? You're walking through passages of your own transformation. It's a fiery doorway. It's not going to be easy. If we look at it as physical health, well, yeah, it's easy to ask me, trust me, I know. It's easy to just sit on the couch and eating the potato chips. I love junk food, right? It takes effort to get up and say, I'm done with this. I'm standing up and I'm going to do something different, whatever it is. Maybe this is in terms of a relationship or a work situation or a financial thing. Maybe it's health. I feel that there's an emotional connection, and that's all that really shows up here, that there's some emotional state that we know we don't like, but there's that sort of the inertia that's keeping us at rest. Okay, this is a fiery doorway. Say, change is possible here. My transformation is waiting for me. The door is here. I can see myself on the other side living the life I want. I got to go through the challenging passageway. It's a doorway of fire. It's gonna burn away a lot of things that we don't need to be. A lot of things we don't need to do. A lot of people don't need to be in our lives. A lot of beliefs that we don't need to think about. A lot of feelings that hopefully are going to transform. See, I don't think we can change our feelings, not directly. I can't just say, I'm feeling sad. Well, I'm gonna will myself to be happy. Just be happy, Paul. No, it has to come through our actions. We do the right actions, and then we check in with our feelings. I'm feeling happier. Okay, it's working. It's an indirect change on our emotions. We have to listen to our emotions. You're feeling that 7 of Cups. It means change is needed. Well, you got that 2 of Pentacles came out. 2 cards same time, remember? I think that's really, really positive. I think that is a very strong sign. I've been thinking more about the concept of proof of presence. Being open and aware, and this is part of our 2 of Swords in the future position. Being aware of how Spirit is communicating with us. Being open and receptive to the signs and symbols and synchronicities that give us the proof that Spirit is active in our life, that there is a presence here in your life. And a proof. It's beyond doubt. There is no doubt there, right? The 2 of Swords is peace of mind. It's a mind that isn't agitated. It's a mind, I think, really, it's a pair of scissors that cut the cord with whatever this stuff is. Now, this was not a waste. Nature does not waste anything, does not waste energy. But by putting this behind us, by severing the ties with this, we're able to reclaim that energy and use that energy to go through doing this difficult work of transformation, see? In order to reclaim that energy, we need the pair of scissors. This is going to give us the peace of mind. We're going to sleep like a baby at night. We're trusting in intuition. This is mental decision-making, let's say. This is us using our logic and our reasoning, saying, okay, if I do that, that's going to happen. If I do that, that's going to happen. Okay. But this is also trusting in that third principle, that lunar crescent at the top of the card. we have the peace knowing that Spirit is here with us, or the universal energy, universal mind, your ancestors, your spirit guide, your guardian angel. Look for the signs of that presence. Okay? Look for that confirmation from the world around you that says Spirit is here and you're doing the right thing. Okay? Now, Path of the Serpent. As we talk about these cards, of course, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subbed, please do. It's free, etc. Your general energy is a 7 of Wands. You're a fighter. You're not giving up on yourself, right? And I feel like that's kind of why we feel the 9 of Swords and the 7 of Cups, because we haven't just resigned ourselves and said, well, I guess this is just my life now. I'm going to put it out of my mind, and I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm just going to be this person. You know, I don't need to transform or change. I'm just going to be this person just so I can sleep at night. Because knowing that we need to change but feeling like we're stuck creates distress. It creates anxiety. It creates well, sleepless nights, right? So the 7 of Wands is this feeling like I'm not giving up. And I'm going to continue to fight against my own inertia, fight against these events, these feelings, or the course of this river. I'm not going to give up on anything. I feel that there's a realization now that the things that we've been doing aren't working anymore. Sometimes the 7 of Wands is a card that says we've been banging the same thing with a hammer, but it hasn't gotten fixed. It's like the TV that's like not working, right? We can't really see our show. So we just start banging it. And it's like, it's still not coming in clear. It's still kind of fuzzy, you know? And so we move the rabbit ears. Remember rabbit ears? We move those things around and we can't get a good signal. So then we just bang it some more. It didn't work. Let me try the rabbit ears. Well, we already did that. So it's like we kind of keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Like we're just banging our head against the wall. But the good thing about this card, well, one, it's a 7. So it's the confidence that I will figure out how to get through this blockage, how I can get unstuck, how I can get free of this and get the life I want, etc. So we have the 7 of Cups and the 7 of Wands. And, well, sometimes these cards, the fire and the water, they tend to bring out the worst qualities of each other, right? So I feel that the 7 of Cups here is bringing out the more aggressive side of the 7 of Wands. Yes, we're not quitting. We're still trying to move forward. We are still struggling against ourselves, struggling against inertia. We're still wrestling with this stuff back here. But I think that because this is Mars in Gemini, this is Mars in Leo, right? So we have that Mars connection back here. And I think that the events from your past are affecting your general energy. And we're not really making good decisions. It's just kind of like everything's a nail. Everything just needs the hammer, you know? Well, it doesn't. And so I think this card reminds us that we can do something different than what we've always done. Okay, so this could be a little bit of a temper. This could be frustration. This could be, I think it is a frustration because we've been doing the same thing continuously and nothing's changing. So this is kind of like the realization that I need to change something. I need to do something different if I'm going to change things. Doing the same thing, like nothing changes if nothing changes, right? And so this is the realization to me that we've got to do something different here. We don't just want to adapt. And that adaptability is our Magician card here in the position of what we don't want. See, the Magician is infinitely adaptable. The Magician can adapt to any situation at any time. You can throw the Magician in any environment and come back a couple weeks later and it'll be okay. It'll find the water, shelter, food, and it'll be all right. But just because you can adapt to the situation at hand, or to the life, or to the state of things now, or to the energy around you and within you and stuff, just because you can adapt doesn't mean you should. So I think that's why the Magician is in the card of the obstacle here. Because it's about, rather than just feeling powerless and adapting to the situation, the Magician is going the opposite way, saying, okay, I'm going to be the power. I'm going to be the force of change. And I'm going to make the world adapt to me a little bit. Right? So we're kind of realizing that we don't have to keep doing the same things over and over again. The Magician is a card of neuroplasticity. It's a card of growth and learning and elasticity. This is a card that says we are capable of changing our reality. We're capable of transforming our personality and our personal reality. Okay, but what we have to get through in order to properly deal with the Magician is, of course, your fixed air energy, the Prince of Swords. The Prince of Swords is a mind that is stuck. It's a mind that is fixed. There are things that we believe about ourselves and about the world and about our relationships that have been kind of ingrained in us. And it's not easy to change those. This is the opposite of neuroplasticity. This is mental rigidity. This is a mind that's refusing to change, right? This is kind of feeling stuck in the same old thoughts, opinions, beliefs, habits, patterns. The same complexes are activated and I just behave the same way and I don't believe change is possible. This is somebody that keeps going through the same motions and is just deepening those patterns, deepening those grooves in the mind. And the deeper the grooves, the harder it is, or the bumpier it will be when we sort of get out of the groove. It's like you kind of got you got two wheels in the ditch, and it's just the ditch is getting deeper and deeper and deeper. When you do get back onto the road, it's going to be a bumpy transition, And so this is like we've been doing the same thing for so long that it's become comfortable. And the more you do things, the more you repeat certain words and phrases, even to yourself, again, like with the Nine of Swords, maybe it's become a negative self-talk, a constrictive dialogue that we have with ourselves, right? I'm not worth it. I can't do it. I'm too old. I can't change. I'm too young. I'm inexperienced. I'm too tall. I'm too short, whatever. The more we say those things, the more deeply ingrained they become in our minds. We need positive affirmations. We need to break with the fixed, almost dogmatic mindset. And we need the growth and the elasticity and the neuroplasticity of the Magician. We are the Magician. So that's the obstacle, I think, is realizing that you cannot necessarily control what has happened. You can control how you react to things. You can control your behaviors, your thoughts, words, and deeds. And doing that, right, consciously controlling your thoughts, words, and deeds will change, in turn, will change your environment. Will change your world. Okay. The Lover's card is the outcome we want. Union, togetherness, intimacy, compassion, connection. Right? We want commitment. We want trust. We want love. Think of all the things that go into a marriage, right? And I'm not saying you're going to get married, maybe. This isn't the card of romance, but this is the card of all those things that have to happen if we're going to marry ourselves to something. What needs to be there? Well, trust, right? Safety, security, intimacy. You want there to be love. You want there to be support, a reciprocal exchange. Right? You want to feel that this is divinely sanctioned. We want all of those things, whether it's just inside of ourselves, feeling as if we're becoming whole again. Because again, the Nine of Swords is us being split apart from the inside, and this is us coming together and becoming whole. Whether this involves other people, I think it will in terms of just general relationships, friendships, family stuff. Our ability to love and trust and come together, and our feeling of wholeness, choosing wholeness. Regardless of how painful it's going to get, how bumpy it'll be to get to that wholeness, we're going to get there. Okay? Let's look at the mystery card. Maybe we'll get some pentacles. Maybe we'll get some more water energy. I'm thinking like a Nine of Cups would be good to replace the Nine of Swords. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Oh, the Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. This is that proof of presence. This is the divine. This is spirit. This is guardian angel giving you a sign Okay? And you can take this as your sign that Spirit is here, Spirit is on your team, Spirit supports you, and Spirit is present in your life. I think this card's also giving us the instruction, let's pay attention in life, because Spirit will provide us with a confirmation, a synchronicity, okay, in the physical world, a confirmation from the world around you. Okay? When you get done with this reading, meditate upon this, journal about this, and pay attention. Pay attention to how the world responds to your thoughts and feelings and to your actions. It's, a bird sort of singing outside your window at a really opportune moment. It is, the car horn honking out in the street after you say something. It's the phone ringing when you think of something else or think of someone. Or it's those confirmations from the world around you, in the mundane world, coming in through your senses. Okay, it's the way that something might be going on. You'll see a shooting star, right? Look for those things. Yeah, look for those things. And then come back and tell me what you've seen. This is your proof of presence. This is your sign. Okay. Now we're going to do an extended reading. We'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There is a link up in the corner, and there's a link down below. New readings for Sagittarius Wednesdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. These readings are totally free. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Let me know how you're doing. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.